welcome in, guys. It is Lou's favorite day of the week. It is Hump Day, Midweek Wednesday. I am Glenn, that big fella, Salty Lou. He was salty after last night's game. We're going to talk about a major setback last night. Lots of runs early. Game was over, I thought, in the first inning. It is what it is. We'll get you geared up for Giants baseball. It is a late afternoon game for us here on the West Coast. And Lou will have a little extra chatter in the morning show today as I get ready for WNBA basketball. I'm ready to head out the door, and it's only 8 o'clock. Lou, I can't wait tonight. Minnesota Lynx. Let's talk some baseball.
It's time now for the Giants Sports Talk Live Morning Report.
And once again, midweek Wednesday, welcome in. Giants 8-1 loss yesterday, Lou. We were only 3 batters in. A 3-run home run. And I thought it was irony. I was going to bring it up on the show, got sidetracked last night, but remember I mentioned the big speech, if you will, one of those speeches the manager gave the players Sunday before going on the road. He wasn't happy. One of the things he brought up apparently in that speech was, you can't compete when you're just lead-off walk. First batter of the game walked last night, Lou. And then a 3-run bomb from Joe Adell, who they got for nothing. Why can't we make a trade like that and get a Joe Adell for a 25th or 26th round pick, Lou? 8-1 the final score. I'm tired of everybody saying Wesenhunt is a great prospect. I haven't seen anything yet to prove that he is. How did you fare out last night watching Giants baseball, Lou? You're still with us. That's a good sign. You haven't got over the edge yet. It was a terrible game.
It was over after the third batter. And again, what's funny is they lost 8-1. On yesterday's morning show, we predicted 7-1, so sorry we were off. It was, you talk about the walks. He walked a guy in the first, third, and then another Giant pitcher walked a guy in the sixth, and they all came in. You cannot lead off walks, especially on the road. It's going to hurt you in the long run. And again, you know, just typical, all these fans love those guys that are good in AA and AAA, and they come to the pros and they get shellacked. Welcome to Giants baseball. That's why no one likes it. Yeah, and it was very minor league. I mean, yeah, Eldridge got a homer. Devers, I don't know what it is, but against the Splits, another 3 strikeouts. It was a bad game. And then, of course, you see, this is what I get upset about. You see guys like Adames and Chapman were in the thing all happy. You guys are 23 games below 500. There should be no smiles at all. They should be upset. They're an embarrassment to wear the San Francisco Giant jersey. And I'll leave it at that. I was disgusted. And, of course, the announcing, Fleming again, Mr. Homer. Oh, but he had 2 hard-hit balls, one to grounder and the one an infield pop-up. Who cares, Fleming? Nobody cares if a guy hits a hard grounder to second. Nobody. But only if you're a Giant, because we have nothing else to get excited about. Pathetic baseball. And Glenn, I'm going to give it to you. 25 games below 500 is right around the corner.
You laughed.
The one that predicted it. I laughed. I said 20, not 25.
I said 25, and you go, oh, 20. I can't see 25. That was only that was less than a month ago, Lou.
Yeah,
on the calendar. And here we are with just a couple of, and I was going to ask you, let's do this right at this perfect segue, Lou. And I was going to ask you in the show, we got covered a lot last night's show. If you haven't seen it, go watch the replay. I want to thank everybody who tuned in live last night for Giant Sports Talk Live, because it's tough for the fans too after an 8-1 loss. They come and they hang out, and I guess it's kind of we all hang out and we suffer together, Lou. But I got to ask you, this Giants baseball team, are we going to come back off this road trip? And this is a tough one, Lou. It's going to be a tough weekend ahead. Can you see us 25 or even worse, below 500?
I think we could even get worse. I would not be surprised if we get swept on this road trip. That's 6 losses. You know, again, except for, I think, Colorado that already passed. I think all the teams we play, St. Louis, San Diego, are all teams that need these games. And when you have a Giants team that guys don't want to play or some BS excuse against teams that are the other teams can feel the playoffs are close. Giants, it's going to be real tough. And I think, you know, right now, if we only win a third of the games, which is definitely possible, especially after this tough road trip. And you got to remember, we end with 3 with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And, you know, we easily I think we should start thinking, can we hit the 100-loss season? You predicted 62 and
No,
100.
72.
Oh, 72. I'll give you credit.
I appreciate that, Lou. Appreciate, but everybody laughed when I said 72 wins.
I don't know. I mean, 100 losses, and then all hell should break loose with the Giants. No more excuses. I mean, you got to – I'm sorry, but when you lose 100 games, major changes need to happen. I
love doing the morning show with you because it allows us to do a little banter before we tee up what's coming up today. And I really don't like at this point of the season. I know we have given you a good dose of what the Major League Baseball action is for a particular day. Let's just talk. I'm happier just talking about the Giants, Lou. You talk about 100 games under. We could do that. It's very possible, Lou. We can't allow an off season to progress. I mean, you'll have the winter meetings, then you have all the, you have free agents, which is not going to be a great free agent class, but something's got to be done. If it's business as usual after 100 losses, Lou, what does that tell you about this organization?
Yeah, I think the big problem is, do you think the Giants are all in that there's going to be a lockout and then they get reprieved? The problem is I could see them having a lockout, but I think they're going to play. When we were lucky enough to have Ned, he goes, Lou, they're going to play. Now, it might not start off, but, money starts coming in. They might miss the first 2 weeks, and instead of 162 games, maybe they make it 150, because you got to remember there's a lot of money, TV contracts, all that. Mm-hmm. So knowing the Giants is they're going to hope there's going to not be a season. There's going to be a season, and then they're behind the 8 ball right at the start. And, I think – when we spoke about last night's show, when they had the GM of Tampa Bay, people forget Freeman, who used to be with Tampa Bay, now runs the Dodgers, is they have people, they don't care about their competition. Unlike the Giants, oh my God, we have the Dodgers in our thing. All they care about is their team, and they're already preparing for next year. And they have people that care about their jobs. I don't think the Giants players care about wearing the uniforms. And I think all the Giants care about is getting 3 million people. So they say, God, we got 3 million people. The fans are still coming, so don't worry about the product on the field.
You touched on it in last night's show. It's a lot about the product in the stadium, not the product on the field. They do giveaways, and I thought it's just Giants baseball in a nutshell. When they're doing a doubleheader coming up at home, Lou, and they're going to make everybody leave, pay to come back, get another giveaway, Lou, I often feel like they're ripping off the fans at this point, Lou.
Yeah. And why would I be a sponsor that wants to sponsor a product that they're giving away? I know for Jeff Kent's ring, they're only giving away the first 21,000 because of his number 21. Now, give them to everybody. This is a Hall of Famer, a guy that's going in the Hall of Fame as a Giant. Be proud of it. All 40,000 should have it.
Oh, no, that would mean they'd have to spend more money. There's only one sponsor, Lou, and it's not with the Giants. The people who, they bankrolled the show, Lou, because they knew a winning product. They said, that Giant Sports Talk Live is going places. And that's our good friends at Tommy's, Lou.
Yeah.
And there you go. Tommy's proud sponsor of the show. We appreciate everybody at Tommy's. And, they've been pretty good hosts to us, Lou. And I think we've been pretty good stewards of the brand, giving them their money's worth. We appreciate everything they do throughout this 2026. Absolutely a abysmal season, Lou. All right, here we get a look at what is going on today in Major League Baseball. You get a good look at it there. You've got Hauser, Messick. Messick still above 500, Lou. Anyway, you slice it 9-7. Hauser, terrible 3-7. Look at those ERAs. 4.28 for Hauser. Messick's coming in 2.59 despite the 9-7 mark. And look at yesterday's game, Lou. I know we've already talked about it. 8-1 Cleveland. The matchup predictor today, 64.5. Almost 65% of the people think that Cleveland's going to win this ball game, and that is without one of their big boppers, Chase DeLauder, batting .285, slugging .442. He is on the sideline, Lou. What do you expect entering today's ball game after the 8-1 setback yesterday and 2 games away from falling 25 below, Lou? Not looking good.
The one thing about the Cleveland pitcher, he strikes out a lot of strikeouts. And the Giants team, especially the way it's formatted now, only with Adames not being in the lineup, a lot of strikeouts. Yeah, so I think it's going to be another tough game. Again, Cleveland needs it. They're hoping to get healthy. They need everything they have because on this homestand, they play the Giants in Colorado. They're in a tough division trying to chase the Chicago White Sox down. They got off to sort of a horrendous start after the All-Star break, but as we know, every team gets healthy when they play the San Francisco Giants. So, one of the things with the Giants, they got to play clean. It's amazing. Tony V said he was embarrassed by the team. And, last night they still had 2 more errors again. And the problem is they're not playing team ball. They're not bunting runners over when they need to. They're not even playing good defense. I mean, last night you have a guy on a double play ball who bounced the ball, and Eldridge could have probably blown out an Achilles. It was such a bad throw from second, like a Steve Sachs. They got to play good ball, especially on the road. If they're not going to be like this, they might not win a game the rest of the season. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. You got to play fundamentals. No
Funny
excuse.
you mentioned bouncing the ball. I don't know if you saw Cox out in center. Cox did I know he's gone now to the Yankees, but did you see the Ramos throw?
He did a Ramos. Yeah, he tried to throw
it into the dirt. And then there was a play out in left field. You got your left fielder who couldn't pick up the ball. I mean, they're all taking lessons, it looked like, from Ramos. He was ejected. He was in the ejection seat. Man, he might be ejected out of New York pretty soon because apparently they're not too happy with him. But there's the tail of the tape as far as what the offense was looking like that's missing. DeLauder, I think that's a big loss from their lineup. Devers, you're looking for the long ball from him, but look at those numbers. Not only the strikeouts, Lou, Hauser has thrown 103 innings and given up 15 home runs. Messick is up to 140, almost 143, and he has given up 1 fewer, 14. So maybe the Giants won't be able to get the long ball. They're going to have to manufacture runs. But Lou, like you say, they're not showing us that they can manufacture runs in any way, shape, or form, and we have added speed to the lineup, Lou. So I don't know. I think the excuse has got to stop, Lou. And just once and for all, would people please admit this team stinks? They just don't have talent.
I agree. And it all goes back to the people making the decisions. If we could find out who that is, we would report who it is. But, we just know on the cover, it has it has Buster on there. But everyone's happy. That's the problem. Oh, no, Buster, give Buster another year. He's already ruined the team down to this in 2 years. How is it going to be in his 3rd year? Especially for a team that has no starting pitching, no bullpen, has no clutch. It's awful. I mean,
there you got this. Go ahead, Lou.
No, I was saying it's almost rock bottom where, we're just trying to hit the rock bottom, but we're falling in places we've never been to before.
I'm going to start wearing my headphones so I can hear you better. And when we're in this tiny little box here, I can't read your mouth.
I got it.
Hard to see you. Anyway, there's the last 5 for both clubs. So look at that giant ledger. Only 1 green, a 7-1 win over Colorado. It was Colorado. You couldn't even win the series against the Rockies. And there you've got the loss 2-1 to Houston. And look, if they score 7, Colorado scores 13. I know Tony wasn't happy about that, but there are other games in there. Like look at the loss on the 12th of the month, 2-1. So you get a great defensive gem, and you still lose. Now that
was at home. That was at home.
Yeah, so it is what it is, Lou. It's a bad product. Like you say, the sponsors keep lining up, though. They're giving away their wares over there at Oracle Park. And I don't know, sooner or later, they're going to say, where is everybody? And Lou's going to say, they're all down at the Chase Center watching the Golden State Valkyries because their playoff season's here. Lou, I've got the Valkyries and Minnesota Lynx tonight. I am going to be in my element. I got the jersey, a new hat. I'm ready to roll. Got new shoes. I'm ready to rock tonight. Going to be a true test of their talent. I think it's going to be a tough one tonight for them. I'd say it's going to be an even tougher, tall task with our pitching matchup against Cleveland. Any prediction before we wrap it up this morning, Lou?
Well, yesterday morning we predicted 7-1, and it was 8-1, so we were in the ballpark. I think the Giants actually, even though they're going to strike out a lot, might score, so somebody might get lucky with a shot. So I'm going to say 8-4 Cleveland.
And I've got 10-4, good buddy. 10-4 for Cleveland, the Cleveland squad. The team's going to sweep us, I think, because I'm looking ahead, Lou. Landon Root takes on Gavin Williams and his 11-7 mark on Thursday. Today is, I don't even like to say must win. It's a must win in this series, but Lou, it doesn't really even matter anymore at this point, does it?
I agree.
All right. And then I'm looking forward to the weekend, though. Because, Justin, one of our faithful viewers, big Red Sox fan, he is already geared up. He's got his jersey all. Apparently, he comes back from the dry cleaners today. He's getting it all ready. He might even go to a game. He said he'll come on the air with us during the series. Great pitching matchup. Sonny Gray and our ace, Logan Webb, coming up Friday night. But I don't want to get too far ahead of that one. That's Friday, and I'm looking forward to the series. I know Justin is as well. Late afternoon game, Lou. So Eric, if he's back, we're trying to find out if Eric's okay. He didn't show up last night. He needs these mental awareness days.
That's all of us being a Giants fan.
I'm getting away from the Giants again. I had a sick week. I had a week away. I've only been in for a few shows in the last 2 weeks, Lou, and I'm ready for a night off tonight. So I'm going to the WNBA game. It'll be Eric shows up. Big Lou is always here. And hopefully, Lou, you do not have to suffer through another tough loss. I'll catch you back here on Friday, I guess, Lou.
Sounds good.
Maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. I don't know. Maybe we'll give if Eric has to suffer through a game tonight, maybe he won't be back on Thursday. Who knows? I know you're always here, ready, willing, and able early in the mornings, Lou. I love you, buddy, and enjoy the ball game tonight.
Enjoy. Have fun tonight.
Ready? Fire it. Here we go.
Oh, my God. Lord have mercy.
Okay. She fell. Ha-ha. Ruby, you all right? Get her up. Get her up.
That's what it's going to look like tonight when I'm at the WNBA game. You suckers are going to be watching that.
You've been watching the Giant Sports Talk Live Morning Report, a Northern Lights Entertainment production.